Hello everyone and welcome back to Magic Kingdom Keeper. Today is our third installment in the Animal Chat series, and today we are going to be taking a little bit of a turn. For the last few videos I have talked about exotic animals, and today we're actually going to talk about a rare domestic animal. And because these are a domestic animal, there might not be as many super cool facts, but we're actually going to talk about what kind of care these guys would need if you were to have them as a pet. Kunekune pigs, we don't know exactly where they originated from, but the Maori people in New Zealand used them as meat pigs, which is why they are domesticated today. And in 1976, there were only like 18 left. And because of the New Zealand Kunekune Pig Association, who wanted to make sure these pigs survived and bred them, there are over 1,000 now. And they are, as I said, a domestic pig, so people have them as pets now. And so Kunekune pigs are considerably smaller than potbelly pigs, and they are actually only 24 inches to 30 inches tall and 140 to 220 pounds. So that's not small, you know, that's the weight of a fully grown person. But these guys, I'll talk about a little bit more about their temperament later, but if you were to have a pig that wasn't like a teacup pig, these guys would be a really, really great option because they don't get massive. So these animals have wiry hair, and it is straight, wavy, or curly, and it comes in tan, brown, gold, black, all sorts of colors, and also spotted or tricolored. So the ones I'm going to show you are spotted Kunekune pigs. And some Kunekune pigs have something called a wattle or a tassel or a piri-piri, and these are actually little things that hang from their neck. I don't know why they evolved these piri-piri, but they are really cute. So not all Kunekune pigs have them. I work with two, and one of them has them and one of them doesn't, but they are very, very cute, and I enjoy them. For whatever reason, people enjoy weird things about animals. All right, so I mentioned it a little bit earlier, but hi Sigrun. I mentioned a little bit earlier, but there is a reason that these pigs make really good pets, and it is because they have a really, really easygoing temperament, and they're actually easier to care for than other pigs. So it is really nice. They are really nice to have as pets for that reason. So the ones I work with love belly rubs, head rubs, butt rubs, whatever. They love to be scratched. So that is very, very important for a lot of people to have a pet that does like to be loved, like a dog or some cats. Only some. So their diet is grass, fruits, and vegetables. And these guys actually need very, very little protein, and that is different than a lot of other pig species. So they can also eat grain, which can supplement their diet along with those grasses and fruits and veggies. But these guys, unlike other pigs, can't be fed any meat products. So no eggs, bone, meat, just like I said. They can't be fed any of these. So it actually does make them potentially not as expensive to feed if you do have grass for them to graze on. You don't have to add a bunch of extra protein to that. So if you were to have more than a few pigs, if they suggest 5 to 6 per acre, and if you do have grass and you do want them to graze that grass but not demolish it, you would have to section off those areas and then rotate them around, which is a really common system for domestic animals so that the grass can grow back while they are moving around. Hi Sig. Yeah, I know. They are really hardy animals, so if you have a stable with a straw bed for them to sleep in, that's good in a lot of climates. Of course, it's great to look up what their actual temperature guidelines are so you can make sure to offer them heat sources if you live in a very cold area, but it's really nice not to have to worry as much about that. And something that does help in the summer heat is to make some mud wallows for the pigs. So just like other pigs, they do love to roll around in the mud when it's hot out. So you can have an area, you can make sure to hose it daily so that they have a mud wallow. And this kind of brings me to the point that people get a little bit wrong. So even though pigs like to roll around in the mud when they are hot, they're actually really clean animals. And in the winter, they are pretty much not dirty at all. They don't soil their beds, which is really awesome because I can tell you right now that if you have an animal like a goat, it is going to soil its bed and you'll have to rake that up. But the pigs do a really good job of pooping somewhere away from their food and bedding sources, which is a really, really great. And pig poop is actually way easier to clean up than goat poop. If you want to keep your pigs in, you should have a pig wire fence. And with this fence, you should have, hi Dracula, you should have more fencing, like better fencing if you are going to have piglets. So talking about that, Kunekune pigs have 3 to 4 piglets. Their gestation is like 114-ish days. And they are really, really good chill moms. They don't mind if you take their baby away for a while. But if you are going to breed, it is really important that you know what you need to do with the intact boar when you are not breeding, and they do actually need to be separated if they're intact. And something to consider is safety. So I said Kunekune pigs are very, very chill animals. Unlike my cat that has no chill at all. Anyways, Kunekunes are very chill animals, but the males do still have small tusks, and this could cause injury. And just like with any other animal, if they feel unsafe, or if there are certain situations, they can get aggressive, and pigs have a lot of bite force. So it is really, really important to make sure that your pigs feel safe and healthy. And something that goes along with this is just like any other animal you would have at home, you do need vet care. They do need deworming. They might also need other things depending on where you live, especially, as I said, if they're gonna, I didn't say that, especially if they're going to live outside, they're going to come into contact with other animals and wildlife and all sorts of stuff. So you just need to make sure to see what they might need immunized for in the area. And just like any other animals, they can have problems, and it is good to have a vet on call just in case something happens. Another thing to keep your pigs safe and happy is to offer them enrichment. Enrichment, for those who don't know, is adding something to their environment to essentially enrich their environment. So you could be adding toys, puzzle feeders, sounds, smells, you know, different animals to look at. There's all sorts of things that you can do for enrichment. The pigs I work with get enriched every day with something new. They usually only like things if there is food involved, which I will put in a video of some pigs eating some food off of some enrichment. But it is good to spice things up for them and add things to their environment. And something else that pigs should have, because it is mentally stimulating for them, is training. So pigs are really smart. Pigs are kind of like dogs in that respect, where you can teach them a lot of behaviors. I'm going to put in a video right here of a fun behavior that we have to make the pigs wait for their food called dinner time. And after that, we'll talk a little bit more. Dinner time! are very smart. You can train a pig to get on a scale so you can weigh them. You can train a pig to follow you so that they go into their barn when it's cold. If they're maybe being stubborn, you can, as you saw, train them to wait for their food. You can train them for injections. So if you have a pig that has diabetes or something, I don't know how often pigs get that, and if they needed daily injections, you can train them how to take those injections without too much struggle, and then you can reward them for that. So it's really important to make sure that your pigs are physically and mentally stimulated if you have them. So thank you so much for joining me for this installment in the Animal Chat series. I hope that it was kind of fun and different to learn about a domestic animal who I find really, really fun, really cute, and maybe someday you'll want a Kunekune pig for your own house. I hope you all have a great day.